Hello students, welcome to BTech 360. We'll discuss IIT Bhilai now. We've been covering all the IITs, you know that. And in the process, we are also now talking of IIT Bhilai in terms of the branch-wise cutoff, the placements, the median salary, the top recruiters, everything that you need to know about IIT Bhilai and what are the prospects, what are the chances, what are the cutoffs that you need to get into this place and what kind of career pathway you have. Before I move further in terms of data, please subscribe to BTech 360 if you're not already done that. This will be a single point destination for you to help you to get into the right engineering college of your choice. Now, what is IIT Bhilai? IIT Bhilai was established in 2016, so it's just 10 years old. It's one of the youngest IITs that you have in this country. It is an INA, of course, which all IITs are, which means Institution of National Importance. What it gives you is gives you greater autonomy and greater scale to be creating courses of your own choice, and to that extent you're likely to innovate more, partner more, collaborate more, and those kind of things happen. It's spread across 432 acres, one of the largest campuses that you have in the country. NRF ranking is 72nd best engineering college in the country, which is good for such a young institution. Total students 747, of which 80% are boys, 20% are girls. And which is what typically happens in engineering colleges, because core engineering and all, you have lesser, fair agenda, and to that extent, this is what it is. 20% are girls and 80% are boys. And 97% of the students come from outside the state. So that is the overarching, picture of IIT Bhilai at this point in time. Now, when we look at the placements of IIT Bhilai, in 23-24, 170 students were admitted, 162 graduated, 116 were placed, 14 opted for higher studies. The placement rate is 78.38%. But more importantly, the median salary fell down from 15 lakhs to 12 lakhs. So on one hand, you actually saw a placement drop from 87% to 82% to 78%, right? And the median salary also fell from 15 lakh to 12 lakh, which is a 20% drop. The 20% drop, and this also fell. By the way, if I were to actually remove this opting for higher studies and take it from the total number of students who graduated to students who placed, you suddenly see this 78.38 falling down to maybe 75% or even 70, 72, 73%. So the fall is almost 8-10% in terms of placement percentages, number of students who got placed. And the fall in median salary is almost 20%. So you actually have seen a much bigger fall if you were to factor in this opting for higher studies, because what we told you again, let me be clear, the opting for higher studies, especially in BTech colleges, is happening largely when you're unable to get the right placement offer or placement itself, because the institutions force you to opt out of the placement process. This seemed to have happened here because you look at the number, it was only 4 earlier, which is jumped to 14. And if I have to remove the 10 and add it back, you're adding another 5-6% or drop in placement, which will become 72% or 73%. So you actually are seeing a 10% drop in placement and 20% drop in the median salary, which is very, very alarming for IIT Bhilai. Now, when we look at the cutoff that you need to have to get into IIT Bhilai, at computer science and engineering, it's 7382 is the closing cutoff rank. These are category ranks, remember that? These are all category ranks. So 996 EWS rank is what will get you BTech Computer Science. OBC NCL 2832 category rank will get you BTech Computer Science. SC 1343 and ST 676. For BTech Data Science and AI, 7934 is the closing cutoff rank. 1166 for EWS category rank, 3135 for OBC NCL, 1548 for SC, and 680 for ST. For BTech Electronics and Communication, general category 9668 is a closing cutoff rank, EWS category 1347 category rank, 3474 for OBC, 1865 for SC, and 940 for ST. BTech Electrical Engineering, 11592 was the closing cutoff rank. These are all JEE Advanced rank, remember that. 1779 EWS category rank, 4149 for OBC NCL, 2290 for SC, and 1135 for. We removed all extranumerary and all here, which is fair agenda and all those things, so that we can get some kind of normalized rank, remember that. So if you want for exact details of, because we took gender male, and because girls have an extranumerary seats in some of these colleges, and we also removed the disability part of it. If you want this data, we created a comprehensive guidebook for all the IITs, cutoffs, placements, and all those things. You can go to the link below, click on that, and download it if you want to. Now moving further, other branches, mechatronics, 12,254 is the closing cutoff rank for general category, 1887 for EWS, 4573 for OBC NCL, 2320 for SC, and 1270 for ST. BTech Mechanical, 14788, 2284 for EWS, 4924, 2846 for SC and 1229 for ST. Material Science and Metallurgical Engineering, 17478 for general category, 2570 for EWS, 6053 for OBC, 3327 for SC and 1348 for ST. So if you please take a picture of all these things so that you know what are your chances of getting into any of these branches in IIT Bhilai, JEE Advanced category rank. Again, I'm repeating, right? Now, what are the companies that come for placement? You actually have all kinds of companies. You have tech companies like Infosys, Consulting, Accenture Japan, Google, another tech company, Amazon, Applied Materials, Capgemini, HCL Software, Publicis, Quantify Analytics, Sapient, ICICI Bank, banks are also there, Cognizant Technology Tech company which talked of, ZSS, Schneider Electric, because you have electrical engineering there, D. Shaw, which is the investment bank, Tata Consulting Services, Nucleus Software, L&T, SPCL, Quixel. So you actually have all kinds of companies that are going to IIT Bhilai for recruitment companies. You have banks, you have consulting companies, you have tech companies, you have large electrics and electronics companies, you have manufacturing companies like Mahindra and Mahindra and all. So you have all kinds of companies going there for, or even automotive companies, Mercedes-Benz and those kind of things, right? Now, we also looked at the data of how many students who actually claim that they studied at IIT Bhilai and where are they studying right now, or where are they domiciled, where are they working and all. When we looked at that on LinkedIn, we found 2,062 students who claim that they studied at IIT Bhilai. Remember, it's only a 10-year-old institute, so obviously the number of students who graduated would have been much lesser. Of these 2,062, 7 are right now working in Microsoft, 10 are working in Deloitte, 1 is working in EY, and TCS, 8 students are working. But at some point in time, 41 students were working in TCS, 20 were working in Microsoft and also obviously there seems to be some kind of traction that these students somehow find a place of going and working at Microsoft. And when we looked at the Mang companies, which is Meta, Apple, Amazon, because they are the trillion-dollar companies which make big offers, we found that about 2 students are right now working in Meta, Apple 2 students are working, Amazon 18 are working, Nvidia 4 are working, and Google 30 students are working, which means that these companies, of course, Google is going there for placement. You have seen that in the names of the companies that are there. Obviously, very clearly, 65 students at some point in time worked in Google, which means Google has been regularly visiting the campus and recruiting some kind of students, and 30 right now are working in Google, which is a very good thing because it's a very young institution, remember that. But the fact that, there's a falling trend line in terms of the number of students who are getting placed, and the fact that the median salary also has fallen by 20% is something that the IIT Bhilai must look at, and that is a fact at this point in time based on the data that they submitted to the government of India. So it's not my data, it's the data that they themselves submitted, which is what I'm talking about here. We'll be covering a lot more Indian colleges as we move along. If you want me to cover any college of your choice, write to me here. I'll be happy to cover that. Thank you so much. Namaste.